What is going on, guys? Merijn here and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about something that is quite a bit different than usual. So when I got into lifting, that was the first kind of thing that I got into, when it came to self-improvement. That's something I never thought about back in the day when I was a little bit younger. And now I'm really into self-improvement, and fitness kicked off, everything like that, right? Because, it takes years to build up that physique. And then you get the results, right? So it's not like, you put in work for a couple of weeks. It's such a long time, right? So I feel like that just builds a lot of discipline and work ethic and, like energy overall. And this feeling of, if I set goals, I can accomplish them. I'm not gonna claim that I'm some kind of expert. I am just sharing, what I've learned over the years and what has gotten me where I am today. Since I was 19 years old, I've been, documenting my life on YouTube. I started picking up a camera when literally like no one around me was doing that here in my city. I've become financially free at the age of 21, dropped out of university, studying marketing and sales, but quickly understood that in that world, it's a bit different than what they teach you in university. So those are a couple of lessons that I want to share with you today, because I think these lessons can help a lot of you improve in your life in any freaking area and make you become a better version of yourself. And I think right now, especially in this moment of time, that is so important, all right? We have more time on our hands, a lot of us, than ever. Maybe you got fired from a job. I feel very sorry for you. Obviously, there are way worse things, people dying, maybe your family members, whatever it is, guys. There are no words to, that I can explain how I feel for you. That's why I'm grateful every single day that my family's still healthy right now. People around me are, but the world is just going mad crazy, right? Now, during this time, a lot of us are sitting at home. We don't really have much to do, maybe less, because maybe, you still have things to do. But normally you will go out and socialize a lot. You will go party. But guys, take this time right now in this era that we live in, that something crazy as this has happened, where life is kind of slowed down. Use that to get out of this situation an improved person. So today I'm going to give you some tips that can help you improve your life out of fitness, all right? That can really take your life to the next level. I'm gonna tell you guys, there is no way that if you told my younger self that I would be where I am today, and I'm 25 years old, just getting started still, he would not believe you for a second, because I was a totally different person. So the fundamentals that I'm gonna share with you today are the fundamentals and the things that have got me where I am today, and that completely changed my mindset around, from being like literally lazy guy with no ambition to, crushing all these freaking goals, literally month by month, year by year, and literally living my life with joy, and passion. That's what I want to share with you guys today. You can completely change your life around, all right? So it doesn't matter where you are right now. It all starts with one single step. And so today I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to take control of your freaking life. Let's get into it. The first one is accepting myself and not being afraid of judgment. I feel like this is kind of the number one thing, the biggest change in my life, right? Going to that mindset, because life becomes way more beautiful and you become way more happy and passionate. When I say don't give a fuck about what other people think, that doesn't mean like, you are always right. It doesn't mean that you know the answer to everything. It doesn't mean that, you are better than them. Not at all. Or that you don't take anyone's opinion into account. No, it doesn't mean any of that, all right? We're strictly talking about like being yourself and therefore not caring about what other people think. Like, let's say I wanna, dress a certain way. People start laughing at me and then I never dress like that again because they started laughing at me, those kind of things. No, you need to own it. Like, you need to rock what you're doing, because if and this is why you need to, know who you are and accept yourself, as I said, because accepting yourself is the first key to not giving a fuck. It's very easy to say, I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks. That could also just be you putting that into your head while it's not actually true, and then you're not actually living it, all right? So you're saying all this shit, and then in the meantime, you're still very insecure deep inside, and you still know that you do give a fuck. You just want to have that, that image, that status of like, oh, that guy doesn't give a fuck. Well, in fact, he does give a fuck. Some people go the opposite way. They only do weird shit because they want to show so badly that they don't give a fuck. It's ridiculous, right? Then it becomes, then you give so many fucks that you want to show people that you don't give a fuck. if that makes any sense. So then it doesn't, you know, it's not pure, man. It's not pure. The way it is pure is to, I didn't learn this lesson in that moment. I didn't realize that I was doing it. But I really came to a point where I accepted myself without knowing that I kind of, it's not like, all right, today I woke up and I accepted myself. It didn't really go like that. I mean, you start to get to learn yourself and accept that if other people don't agree with what you think or what you want to do, you know, and this goes in many different ways, you know. Obviously, like when you start your own business, people are gonna tell you that it might not be a good idea, even laugh at you. Or, you know, when I was a skinny kid, I brought like prep meals to school, and you know, because I copied like the bodybuilders freaking diet, you know, so I came with Tupperware and chicken and rice, and I was like skinny kid in school, and they would laugh at me because they were getting lunch at the cafeteria and shit like that, and I was eating that. It goes so many ways that I've been kind of like laughed at maybe, or that people thought it was strange or whatever. But I just really started to like accept, like, fuck it, you know, this is what I want to do, man. This is what makes me happy deep inside, and like I'm not gonna give a fuck about what anybody else thinks. If they want to laugh at me for doing that, or if they want to make fun of me, it says so much more about them. Usually people make fun of you because they would have loved, you know, to be in your position, or they're kind of like afraid of what you will become, or like whatever it is. Like it can be that kind of insecurity, you know. They know that they should like eat that healthy meal as well to build muscle, but they don't want to do that. So then they also hold you back from doing that, which by the way is a really fucked up mindset as well from their side. So that is really the key, guys. Accept yourself, you know, and this it's a little bit of a process, but you can 100% work on it, you know. Just start really like thinking about what do you really want, like your deep desires deep down, and like, you know, not conform to what other people are saying, man. If I conform to other people, I would have literally just maybe like passed my you know, final year like last year, and then right now I would, you know, be searching for a job. I wouldn't get a job like at this particular moment, but like I would, you know, get a starter's function and then maybe climb my way up, or like whatever, you know. That's where I would be if I listened to all the people that told me to conform, you know. I would have never built the dream body that I have if I listened to my parents who were saying like, you know, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and they're totally cool with it now. But in the beginning, they just thought it was strange that I was eating my own food when I was having dinner with them or whatever. It goes so many different ways and in different little things. But there's always going to be people, you know, telling you. And I remember back in the day that I was, you know, I would go to a party and I would kind of be like afraid to like take my meal with me or whatever it was, like, you know, or take my own. Like I would go to like birthday parties and bring my own Diet Coke to mix with the vodka, you know, because I want to save on the calories, man. And you know, shit like that. I feel like if people don't respect that, man, it says more about them than it says about you, you know, because you have some goals that you're setting for yourself. That's fucking awesome, man. You're doing some self-improvement. If anybody wants to hate on that, fuck them, you know. That's really the mindset that I got, and ever since, man, been going like this. The second one is self-belief and the no limits mindset. Now this is a pretty hard mindset to get, but once you have it, there really are no limits, and you believe the world is yours. You can do anything you want. You're capable of so much more than you could ever imagine, right? You're destined for greatness. That is something hard to believe when you don't have accomplished anything yet, right? But I'm gonna take you guys back to those years, man. When I was in university, I was really a regular student, man. Nothing special about my life, what I was doing. I have no certain talent. You know, I just really got into like self-improvement, fitness, teach me for the first time, to be honest, to really believe in myself, you know, because it takes so much time every single day. You're busy with it, you're prepping meals. People underestimate what that does to you, but it gives you this work ethic that is incredible. And so that can really pass over to other areas of your life, because business is exactly the same. Business is just like fitness, but then times 5 or times 10 in terms of how long it usually takes, right? I was lucky to be relatively successful in a short period of time. For some people, it can take 10 fucking years, man. Like a lot of you cannot even grasp that idea of putting in 10 years of work into something without getting much back for it. But then all of a sudden, you know, it blows up and you've made it, right? And that's the only part that people see, man. People don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it. So that's something you have to realize. And that is the only way that you're gonna, you know, get this self-belief and get this power of, you know, believing that you can do anything that you want, is to actually do something first, you know, and to prove to yourself that you can do it, right? So for me, that was fitness. I showed myself, yo, I can build this body that I wanted for such a long time. It took me like fucking 3 to 4 years before I started realizing, like, wow, I looked in the mirror, I was like, fuck, I actually reached that goal, man. That took a long time, every single day. It's these little bricks that you put onto each other to build a fucking house, man. Those are the lessons that you need to be learning. And that is what you need to be busy with. So start laying one brick, man. It's gonna take some time. And then once you get a win, you know, you win at something, whether that is fitness or you're starting a business and you're getting your first couple orders, those are the best feelings, man. And those feelings will make you realize that there's more out there. And if there's more, there has got to be even more than that, right? And this is when, you know, when I dropped out, I thought, you know what? I really believe in this no limits thing. That was one of the reasons why I decided to make that move, you know, and obviously that played out well, you know, and I really show myself that there are no limits. And now I truly believe that there are no limits, you know, but I had to test it out. I tested it out. I've shown it to the world. You can watch back my videos, man. My life has drastically changed. And so I believe that anyone can do that. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy and that like anyone can do that, because you might not have, you know, the work ethic, or you might not want to do that. You might, you know, like to chill too much, etc. But you don't have to necessarily compare my situation to your situation. Maybe it is something completely different you want out of life. It doesn't have to be a business, right? It could be something else. Have a project, whatever it is in your life, you know, that you love, what you're passionate about. You got to understand that it's going to take time. You know, there's no instant gratification, man. And I show myself in so many ways now, you know, that, you know, the thing like writing my own book, that was something, if you would have told me that, like I wouldn't have believed you. And in this especially, I would have never believed you that I would be on this cover in 2020. Life goal for 10 years, all right? 10 years ago. Those are some crazy things, man. As I said, I wanted to be on the cover for 10 years. You know, it's not a short-term plan. You got to also have these long-term goals. But I think really the way to like start believing in yourself, have that self-belief and a no limits mindset, is to really get to that conclusion that, you know, life is in your hands. You know, it is what you make it. I know that especially right now, it might not seem like it in the situation that we're living in, but there are still things that you can control. Focus on those things. Don't focus on what you cannot control, all right? And if you do that, and you know, you set these goals for yourself and you start accomplishing them, first maybe a bit smaller goals, then go to the bigger ones, but also don't set too small of a goal, because then you get comfortable. Set the goals, go after them, and that is when the self-belief starts kicking in. When you show yourself that you can make shit happen, that is when you start believing in yourself, and then you know you can do even bigger shit than that. Another thing that has truly changed my life and the way I look at things is one simple sentence: failure does not exist. All right, listen to it again. Failure does not exist. So many people are afraid to take on new challenges, you know, step out of their comfort zone, try something new, you know, learn a new skill, get a new job, you know, try something else, start your own business, you know, even go to the gym because you're insecure to go there. So many different things, right? Big and small. Standing in front of people, public speaking, right? Something that I am deeply, deeply frightened of. I always have to push myself out of my comfort zone to the max when I do that. But once I'm up on there and once I'm done, it feels so amazing, because you overcame this obstacle, this fear that you had, and you start to realize that, you know, this fear, it was just based on, you know, this vision in your head that is totally not true, that you just made up, you know. It's just bullshit. The mind is a scary thing, man, because it makes you so frightened and gives you all these voices and shit. If you guys don't have that, I'm just maybe crazy paranoia in my head. Voices and shit. And so when you try to do something new or step out of your comfort zone, you ask yourself like, you know, can I really do it? Am I up for it? You mostly ask yourself, what can go wrong? You know, you don't ask yourself what can go right. Oh, it's going to be amazing. You always start to think of, you know, the negative stuff, because that's just how the mind works, right? So you really got to battle that shit. You got to battle it, man. And you got to understand that like there is no such thing as failure as long as you keep going, keep trying, and keep learning from it, you know, because those are always the best lessons. I'm not sure who said this, but I heard this a while ago and I think it was great. And so it's like when you are a kid trying to like learn how to walk, right? You fall down so many times, but there's no kid that gave up and was like, you know, oh no, I'm not gonna face this challenge. I can't do it and I'm just gonna crawl for the rest of my life. No, like you keep going, you know. They don't see the world as failures, right? It's something that, you know, you start seeing as you get older. You know, because of people starting to judge you, and because of society starting to put this pressure on you and this image on you, and like, you know, all these things, right, that start affecting you deeply, that as a kid you never worried about that stuff, right? You didn't think about it because you were still, you know, exploring. So in that certain sense, you need to like actually take a step back and start thinking a little bit less. Start doing, man. If you want to do something new, man, that's awesome. And then again comes in the judgment part a bit. Like if people judge you and like you're doing something new and you're not good at it, fuck them, you know? You're trying to improve, that's a great thing. People should respect that. If they don't, that's not your problem, you know? You know deep down you're trying to improve yourself, and that's cool. And I know that social media also might make it seem like, you know, everything is perfect always with all these people. I've talked about this many times on my channel, and you know, it's just a highlight reel, man. It's just the good stuff, right? So most people don't show you all the failures and all the things that go wrong, because I'm 100% sure that everybody has that, and that it's totally cool, man. You got to learn from the situation. You got to accept that you fail and try to succeed again next time, you know? And therefore there is no real failure unless you quit. The only failure is when you quit, when you give up. That is failure. If you keep going, that's not failure, man. It's just a lesson learned that you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life. So yeah, those are some of the things that have truly changed my life around, and I hope that they will help some of you guys as well change your life around, all right? As I said, I just think it's very important right now to not just be busy with our physical health, but also with all these other aspects of our life, man. To be more happy, be more grateful, you know, feel better, provide the good energy, because that's really what we need right now. Anyway, that's it. Bit of a long video. I just want to like share my experience, share my stories, and then I hope that, you know, it resonates with some of you, that you can like feel connected with it as well. So let me know if it did. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.
This complication spin my mind, but I know I gotta keep pushing through. Yeah, I keep doing my own thing. Yeah, never looking back again. I can get it, I can make it, yeah, I know it, and I'm never looking back again. Yeah, never looking back.